Welcome to the Brightside with Art and Isabella, presented by Coffee Crossing. A look into what lights the lives of lovely locals, the coffee keeping us calm and collected, and the communities that make our days that much brighter. I'm Art.
And I'm Isabella. Our show centers around coffee, positivity, and the very interesting individuals that make up our community. We like to shine a spotlight on the people in our local area with something to say, such as community organizers, storytellers, artists, and musicians.
And with that being said, today we are joined by the man known as Combs. With the recent release of his debut rap album, Manifest Code, Combs brings together a wide range of elements we all relate to in a fun and vibrant soundtrack that you'll find yourself coming back to over and over again. The rapper is only a small portion of the man we're speaking with today. Combs is also a podcast producer, social media innovator, borderline comedian, yoga enthusiast, wine connoisseur, and a good friend to both Isabella and I. So before we begin, Combs, what else would you add to that list?
I don't know that I would add anything else to it. In fact, if I were to die today, I would want that on my headstone. Very, very well said about me, I must say. For someone who speaks very highly of themselves and very frequently about themselves, because I'm an eternal narcissist, I really enjoyed that.
No problem. Well, glad to feed that ego as best as we can.
Absolutely.
Speaking of feeding your ego,
Which brings us to your album.
You love it?
Yes.
I would say I am with your album. I'm not in love with it, but no. I genuinely love the album.
Yeah,
I think it's good.
And I have heard you describe the album as your children or child.
Yes, my one album is multiple children.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it is more of like the Russian doll scenario, where it's like my album is my baby, so it is the biggest Russian doll, and then you open it and there are 10 little children that get smaller and smaller in size, and they all fit in the album.
Which one would be the smallest?
The smallest one, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to sit here in front of my children and say I dislike.
Hey, they're not gonna hear.
You can love the smallest child the most.
Yeah.
Right? It just happens to be the smallest child.
But hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. I think one of those kids is a favorite, or maybe there's 4 favorites,
and then one just left out in the cold.
No, I wouldn't say he's left out. He or she still gets provided for, but
he's missing out on.
They just have conditional love, whereas the rest of them have unconditional love.
Right. Like if this one goes to prison, we're not bailing him out.
Yeah. No, honestly, like I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
If I went to prison, I don't think I'd be bailed out, but I feel like the rest of my family would be.
I don't know how you would end up in prison in the first place. Like this,
you don't know me, Art.
You're right.
Also,
this is only our first podcast together.
Right. I've learned a lot.
You don't think your husband would bail you out?
Oh, no. He'd be like, well, if she's in jail, there's a reason.
Wow.
That's true. He is.
PTL. Praise the law.
But yeah, I think the question was, which one of these songs is the smallest child on this album?
I'm going to go the route of the shortest song, and I believe it is the first track, which is titled Genesis, is the intro song. So yeah, gonna keep it in terms of tiniest actual song. It's Genesis.
I am actually a huge fan of the song Genesis. When you released, prior to releasing the album, he put out a couple of singles a week and 2 weeks before it. And I believe the first one that you put out was Born Ready. Solid song. Highly recommend it. Then there was For Your Mind, which got me really excited about it because it's this like Star Wars themed kind of just fun, enjoyable song. And then I got to start playing the album. The first song on the record is Genesis, and it was not what I was expecting at all. It's this like church gospel-y kind of introduction. It's very, very happy's not the word. It's very exciting, I would say, and
Joyous.
Joyous. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, it's
you winced as I said that, like I had dropped some revelation on you. I just looked. The shortest song is actually For Your Mind, the second single that you discussed, track 7 on the album. It is 2 minutes 40 seconds. Genesis is 2:52, I believe, 2:55 maybe.
Okay. That nulls everything that we just said.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, just throw it out. Don't listen to the album. It's trash. I lie about everything here. These guys don't even really like it. I'm just a filler for an episode.
And you can quote him on that.
Exactly, yeah. That's going to be like the inspirational
Billboard magazine
quote. When he gets big and famous, I'm a liar. Don't listen to me. The album's trash.
I'm worthless.
Yeah. Let's talk about the success of this album, or the success that is to come off this album. What are you hoping to see from, like, do you just want your friends to say that it's good? Do you want somebody like in the industry to like catch wind of it and then you become a superstar? Like, where's your hopes in this whole thing?
So this is my first album, and it's like, I mean, I don't really know what to fully expect, and I mean, my wildest hopes and dreams would be like, Jay-Z hears this album and he's like, ha, yo, this album's tight, word.
Okay.
Who is he
I'm
saying
like-
that to? To you?
Just
or?
he's saying it to me. He's saying it to Beyonce, anybody who's
Okay.
in the room.
Well, we have him on the podcast next week, so we'll definitely mention
It's
it.
your boy. Yeah. But yeah, so that would be like my wildest dream. But I don't know. It is really cool to get like unwarranted feedback from people who go out of their way to you to say, I really like this. This is my favorite song. I've been listening to your album. It's cool. Like, I can get on Spotify and like track my statistics and stuff. And, you know, this album is not a wild success or anything in terms of like streams and iTunes purchases and stuff like that. But it already feels like a success to me when I have people that I know who will go out of their way to text me, or they'll see me in person and that's the first thing that they want to talk about. It's just been really cool. And as far as getting it out and promoting it, that's stuff that I'm working on right now, and I'm even exchanging some emails with some people right now about. So we'll see what happens with all that, but I'm very excited, and I'm very thankful to everybody who's said a kind word or two about it. The art direction that we took with the album cover and stuff like that, shout out to Parker McCullough, my longtime friend. He is the creative arts director over here at the Combs team. But the cover is just sort of supposed to be kind of agnostic, like give you. I didn't want people to expect like a super hard rap album or like a certain type of feeling with the music. I just wanted it to speak for itself, and so that's why you kind of have like the warm colors, and there's just a small picture of me on it. It says what the album is. It says who I am.
It's a white background with yellow barred stripes, I think 3 of them, and, you know, just Combs smiling in the top corner of it, you know?
Bit of a
I would say
retro-y
like
feel.
Yeah, kind of like giggling. Something's really funny.
I actually do remember that picture that we took. I was laughing because Parker tooted.
This is exclusive information you're not going to hear anywhere else. This is behind the scenes kind of stuff. Actually, you know, talking about behind the scenes kind of stuff, one of the things I really, really liked about this whole process that you've been doing is you've been keeping people up to date on how you're going about making the album. There's tons of behind the scenes footage, and like there's recordings on YouTube of you demonstrating the different pieces of the songs as they were coming along. And I think showing the inner workings of that production is incredibly cool, not only to like fans, but like just fans of music in general, because you don't really get that insight a whole lot to see what it's like as it's all coming together. Like,
to be honest with you, I wish I was more transparent. Like, I wish there was more just me like sitting and recording music and stuff like that. And maybe that's something that we do for future projects. But the video you're referencing is the one that we've put out so far is the Born Ready, like making of. If you look it up on YouTube, just type in like Combs Born Ready making of, and I just sort of walked people through how we did it, like what the sounds and the production are, stuff like that. And that one is even actual, like when you see me recording those vocals on that song in that YouTube video, those are some of the takes that you hear on that song. We'll have another one coming out for For You Mind soon, the second single that we released.
I'm so excited.
And I really enjoy doing stuff like that. I really enjoy what inspired it was I really enjoy when I'll see my favorite artist. You know, Jay-Z has a whole documentary of how he made the Black Album.
Well, and if people follow you on Snapchat, they get a lot of that insider information.
Yeah, Snapchat, I do post a lot of quick clips of things that I'm working on.
If you are connected to Combs on Snapchat, you run the risk of occasionally getting hilarious snaps in circumstances that you're not prepared to laugh for. You know what I mean?
I feel like I've gotten a lot of drooling pictures.
Yeah, I think I'm past, or am largely past my drooling
that's
phase,
good. Yeah,
though.
I'm proud of you.
I mean, I think it should make a comeback if you think that you're done with it.
I don't know. I mean, everything gets a reboot these days. So, yeah, 22 was a drooling year for me. So, yeah, we'll see if that comes back ever.
Well, while we're on the subject of like YouTube and Instagram, and I literally think that you are a master of social media. It's just you just do things in a way that attracts attention in a good way. For a while, you were doing these Instagram stories of reviews of anything that you felt like doing. Those are hilarious. I really wish that you can start doing those again. But you also have a bunch of pictures on Instagram where you will dedicate your first like to various things.
Yeah, you've been doing that for a while. How long?
I have been doing that for years since, I mean, gosh, it's
yeah,
been
I
like
can't
4 or
remember
5
a time
years at
when
least.
You weren't doing that.
Yeah. Always I like to like my own picture, which is a huge social media no and stigma. And don't do it unless you're me. I'm gonna go ahead and say that now. But what I do is I will like it first, and then before anybody can like get a comment or anything, right after I post it, I will say first like dedicated to I don't know, dinosaur cookies or Geico cavemen or Furbies. Sometimes I'm like, did I already use this person or inanimate object as my subject for the first like? But it is what it is.
They deserve all the likes. Has anyone ever beat you to the first like?
I don't know. The challenge is if everybody will turn on their post notifications for me on Instagram at 812combs. Turn on post notifications for my account. Because I'm like trying to think, okay, like who do I want to dedicate the first like to? Because I don't really think it out ahead of time. And you could sneak in there and boop, pop that first like in.
And there would be a reward?
Yeah, it'd be like finding the end of the rainbow and you get to take the gold from the troll. Or the leprechaun, I guess.
Yeah, the leprechaun troll that's sitting there waiting.
Yeah.
I feel like if you manage to get the first like in, then, you get the reward that you already, like you've taken the reward every time, which is being able to say what the first like was dedicated to. If you get the first like in, you get to make the comment.
Mm-hmm. And you get the bucket of gold.
Oh, and you get my gold, yes.
Holy moly. As you guys probably know, we call Combs because he has a large collection of combs in his bathroom. It is an unbelievable amount of combs.
Yeah, it's like, so for anybody out there who's ever seen the Andy Milanakis show, there was a character on the show who kept an insane amount of can openers. And he would always come to Andy's house and he'd say, "Hey Andy, can I borrow your can opener?" And he was just like stealing and hoarding all these can openers. And, but for anybody who doesn't get that reference, yes, I hoard combs. It's also my last name. It
just a coincidence.
My bad. I mixed you up with the guy that hoards a bunch of combs. That's my fault. Yeah, we call him Combs too. He's got a rap album as well.
That's not any good at all.
Dedicated to combs.
Yeah, it's exclusively about combs. Don't listen to it.
It's not good.
Yeah, it's Manifest Combs.
God.
Just how quickly.
Can I leave now?
Yeah. It's been nice talking to you.
Boogada, 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 we're back.
Yeah.
Hey guys, don't forget that I'm a celebrity and so I have a big ego and we've talked a lot about some other person besides me right now.
Yeah, okay, so we're going to bring it back to Combs. One thing that I do want to say, this is a compliment I've been meaning to give to you for a while. You are one of the best people I've ever met at talking with your hands. And I feel so bad for the listening audience right now because you're missing out on so many gestures, gesticulations. A lot of pointing, a lot of, hand rotation. That's one thing that you do better.
Yeah. Very kind of prestigious and like.
So Isabella is demonstrating the hand motions as if the audience is going to get anything out of it.
It's kind of like a claw.
Yeah,
but the claw opens.
Yeah, it's an unfolding of the claw.
Yes.
It's like when a carrier pigeon brings you a letter and it's like, and then it's got to drop the letter somewhere.
But upside down. So if it dropped it up.
Yeah.
If it flew, turned upside down, dropped it up.
Yeah, but I
then
do.
That's a claw movement.
It's just a subconscious thing. Honestly, I've kind of always talked with my hands. And now that you've said it, my hands are pressing into my thighs because I'm self-conscious.
Yeah, they're going nowhere now. That's gonna last all of 2 minutes. You see that you've already pulled them up. Yeah, look at that. You physically cannot talk without your hands. Man,
Well, and another thing is we have to be careful because if I even like press my hands down on the table, it'll thud and it'll make this boom low end sound.
Yeah, check this
Keep
out,
forgetting
guys.
that.
Those are just 2 fingers.
It's a tiny mouse knocking on a tiny door.
Yeah, let me in.
I want in on this podcast.
it's
I
one
have
of
things to
Isabella's-
say about combs. He stole all my combs.
Gosh.
He's got tiny mouse combs in his room.
I'm a hoarder. What can I say?
Yeah. All right, so this podcast has been brought to you guys by Coffee Crossing, and as such, we want to do a little segment where we're showing one of our signature drinks that we have, but it's a mystery.
Not necessarily a signature drink. It's just any beverage on our menu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it could be anything. And you're
It
a
could
coffee
be
fan.
water.
It could
It
be.
could
be
be
a-
coffee.
Could be your classic dirt latte.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what we're
No,
known
we do not put dirt in our lattes.
for. No, you're a coffee fan yourself, aren't you?
I am a coffee fan. I would not say I'm a coffee fanatic. I do not wake up and have to have it every day, but I do appreciate a nice coffee. If somebody offers me some, I will accept it 99% of the time, and I do love a good latte.
So, Combs, we have a mystery latte here for you, and we would love for you to try it out and let us know what you think about it.
Yeah, you can go ahead and take a sniff. Tell us what you think it might be.
Walk us through this whole experience, if you don't mind.
So I am looking at this. It is foamed very well.
And it's warm.
It's warm, yes. It's not too warm, though, which makes me believe it is an alternative milk, which thank you for that. Or maybe it's not, though. I don't know. I'm blowing on it a bit.
What do you smell?
Flavor of some sort.
Oh wow, he's hot on
Maybe-
the
it's
trail.
not-
Maybe
plain.
chocolate. I
Okay.
don't know.
He's really good. He knows there's flavoring in there.
Okay. Hold on, let me take another drink.
All right, you can hear the gulp too.
Yeah, this could be like our ASMR segment of the podcast. Is there butter pecan in that?
Mm-mm.
There is not. That's a
Okay.
good guess, though. That's a very good guess.
Is there caramel in
Nope.
that?
There is not. I'll give you a little hint.
I have no idea what's in here then,
Here,
I
I'll
guess.
give you a small little hint. There's a bit of a, I guess you could call it like a European flavoring to it.
And you were spot on when you said chocolate earlier.
There's chocolate, white chocolate, or just regular chocolate?
Just regular chocolate.
There's chocolate
What you got
and
there?
coconut.
Nope.
No, not even close.
Okay, wow.
Not even the milk.
Yeah, European coconuts. What are you?
Did you like it?
I do really like it, whatever it is. Oh, wait, is it almond flavored?
No.
Wow,
Still-
0 for 4.
Yeah,
Good
it's okay.
Lord.
Yeah, we're gonna stop you before you dig yourself a bigger hole. This
Ah.
was this is a drink known as the Black Cat, which you can find at Coffee Crossing locations. It's a mixture of chocolate and Irish cream.
Oh, because I'm Irish.
Exactly.
Yes, that is why.
Oh.
Yeah, and this is not a drink that you can just find on the menu. This is a drink you say to the barista, and
If they're experienced enough, they will.
Yeah.
They will do it.
they'll ask someone who's been here longer.
All right, so we are actually running out of time shortly, but before we go, I do want to. We're gonna try to do a little segment on this show. It's our goal is to be a little bit positively oriented on this podcast. We want to make the world a little bit brighter, and we think that every individual we have on has got their own little take on the world. So, what I want to ask you, can you speak your piece into the world real quick?
Speak my peace into the world.
PEACE.
Leave my peace. Here's what I will say. Do not be afraid to try new things. And that could be something very small, it could be something very big, but if there is a restaurant you go to frequently and you always order the same thing, get something new. If you go to a coffee shop and you always get the same thing, this is a small exercise in trying something new is getting something new the next time that you go and getting yourself out of your comfort zone. But I'm just a very big proponent of, listen to new things, open yourself to new ideas. Do not be afraid to get out of your comfort zone because that is how you expand and grow as a person. If you continue in the same patterns and things, your life might get dull. And you might like that, but you should know that there is more out there for you. So don't be afraid of change. Don't be resistant to it when it's at your door.
Beautiful.
So wise.
Absolutely love it. Thank you for your time here today. We want to also give you the floor for a second to go ahead and plug your social media or anything, anywhere that we could find everything Combs.
Social media plugs, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram are at 812 Combs. No spaces in that. Number's 812 Combs, COMBS. 812combs.com. We got all the information on there. YouTube, you can find Combs. I got some videos up on there. The best available podcast. Check us out. All you hoop heads out there talking some NBA shop. About every week or two, we put out a new episode. I produced that show, did all the music for it, and edit everything for those guys. Real fun show that we enjoy doing. And yeah, be on the lookout for whatever my next project is. I don't know what it is at the moment, but like I said, yeah, you can keep up with all that on the social media fun stuff.
All right. And with that, I think we're going to call it a day. Thank you for stopping in, and we will see you guys real
Next
soon.
time.
Yeah.
Do you see them? Because it's a podcast.
We will.
We'll talk at you.
You guys
next
will
time.
hear us real soon.
Bye.
Real soon.